Try again. Reach out to a friend. Never second guess yourself. Yeah, you know there's some ups and could be some downs. Whichever way it goes, let's flip this shit around. Stick to the plan and stay on that road. Stand up tall and slow your road. Life is grand. Yeah, life is grand.
Okay, so let's talk about friends, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that can be. Let's talk about friends. So thanks for tuning in to It Is What It Is. This is Liv, and in this episode, we're getting real about friendships. We'll talk about the awesome ones you lean on, the ones you've secretly tried to ditch, and those ride or dies you couldn't live without, even if they sometimes drive you totally nuts. Jenny Allen's book, Find Your People, outlines how to make emotional connections with the right people to choose the healthy options in a lonely, isolated world. This book gave me insight in which I saw right off the bat that I have some psycho friends. However, I chose most of my friends pretty well. People around me say that I can meet a person for the first time and see right through them. I have this sixth sense, and I'm always right. Always. Side note, this drove my daughters crazy because I would meet their new friends, quote unquote, new friends, and immediately tell them, nope, that's a bad seed. Nope, can't hang out with that one. Of course, my daughter, who's oppositional, would just have to wait to learn all by herself what a scumbag that girl was. I mean, one even stole her Pandora bracelet from her room and another one took her boyfriend. This is all true stories, okay? See, she should have listened. The good thing is that now she listens with just a little resistance. There's always resistance with this one. She's the daughter that I literally want to send back through my birth canal. Sorry, that was a little graphic, but I mean, it's so true. The science is in people, okay? The science is in connecting with people and just making sure that this is what you want in your life. I mean, do you want to live isolated? Deep, consistent connections with others profoundly boost our well-being. We thrive when we feel seen and cherished. Unfortunately, too many people are walled off emotionally, contributing to a significant rise in loneliness. I mean, I was so sad to hear that. You know what's truly wild? Friendships in your 50s are surprisingly dramatic. I'm telling you, it's like a high school reunion that never ends. We're talking rampant competition, eye-rolling jealousy, insecurities galore, constant judgment, and just plain stupidity. Honestly, it's a lot to be around, and I often find myself retreating from all that noise. Because let's be real, some friends can be incredibly toxic. If you've got someone who's perpetually crying and whining about their life, it quickly turns into a major negative Nelly situation. No one wants that in their lives. Then you have those friends that really don't even try. Those are my soft reach friends. These friends join a celebration maybe one time per year and just go out to feel something. Not sure what that something is, but they don't really have a good time. Then there are those couple friends that you have so much fun with, but their husbands are a drag, super boring. That you know that the only reason your husband hangs out with these couples is because he sees you happy. Then you have the party drunky couple friends that once you start drinking too much, the couples start flirting with each other, and then the atmosphere can get a little intense. So is there a happy median? I mean, what do you expect from your friends? I've had friend experiences that I knew quickly they just wanted to use me for my boat or to come on my trips or be at my house on the beach or even be part of my weekend plans. This is disheartening because it just makes me put those walls way up and almost become unapproachable. And I'm really not like that. I talk to anyone. I come in contact with anyone that I see, anyone that wants to talk to me, anyone that even smiles at me. I smile right back and even engage engage in small talk. I love a random smile from someone. How about when someone that is dressed really nice compliments your outfit? That is such a gesture I really love. I think more people should compliment one another, even if they're strangers. Then we have those work friends. I mean, can we just not talk to coworkers or we don't like, or should we be educated and be kind and pretty much be fake? Or do we just say, hey, I can't stand you because of this, and hopefully they change? Wishfully thinking. Although I have actually told a coworker, you need to listen more and just shut up. Stop talking. Reflect. I know my New Yorker comes out of me. I don't mean to be mean, but come on. So, do we have room for new friends? Should we have small circles? Or could we have lots of friends and lots of people at the same time? I love the more the merrier, but some may say only small circles. Why? I love being around a lot of people. Can't we just all get along? And what about that jealous friend? Is she like the roommate movie? Which actually has happened. I'm basically a human reality show, uncensored and unedited. I share with my friends the highlight reel alongside the blooper reel, hoping they can pick up some tips on navigating the glorious mess of life, marriage, and offspring. Given that I've been around the block a few times, more than my friends, some of them, bless their hearts, they're in their 30s and early 40s, I've accumulated what I like to call battle scars and brilliant insights. So yeah, and let's be honest, when they finally wise up and ask my advice, it usually is spot on. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to be my friends group Dear Abby. I actually don't want to know. I don't have any more room for stress in my brain. But, and I also tend to be like an avoider of issues. I stay in my lane and hope that no one comes to offer noise. Because I am in contact with so many people in my daily life. Because of my job, I hear a lot of things I wish I could unhear. When I have the opportunity to talk to my friends that don't have kids and they ask me about the topic, I am brutally honest. And here I'm going to get vulnerable with you because, some people don't say this out loud, and that could be another topic. And I tell them that parenting is really overrated. And I always add, do you like to sleep in peace? They usually say, of course. Yeah, I love to sleep. I say, okay. Then I say, well, if you have kids, you'll never sleep and you're always going to worry. If that's what you want, well, enjoy the roller coaster. Personally, if I hadn't met my girls, I probably wouldn't have had kids. The older they get, the bigger their issues are, and I suffer from a distance. It's really draining, and I'm always shielding them from pain, and I'm the only one that is going crazy and disturbing my inner peace, and they're just hanging out, living life. It's utterly baffling to me, but somehow it always circles back to me being at fault or being accused of gaslighting. Can we just retire that ridiculous word already? But that's just me. I also know a lot of people that love being moms and doting ones. They even track their adult kids on a GPS app. To me, that's crazy, but I also see how their kids talk to them, and it's disgusting. Yes, all that worrying for those kids, and their kids curse them out at any time they feel, and that is very disturbing to me. Horrible. Lots of disrespect. For what? Okay, let's get back on track. And then, of course, there are the unicorns, the friends who are basically my spiritual twins. And I absolutely adore them. I'm not just saying that to pat myself on the back, but I genuinely pride myself on being a top tier friend. I'm constantly reflecting, sometimes with a magnifying glass and a dramatic sigh, to make sure I'm bringing nothing but sincere, healthy friendship to the table. These are the pals who ping me as spontaneous fun. We have an epic time, and then it's a casual arrivederci until the stars align for our next legendary meetup. I'll admit, as much as I love a bustling social calendar, my friends have come to understand that if I'm with my bae before anyone else, in quotes, is off to work, I'm with him. Okay? Period. If my bae is home, I'm home with him. It is what it is. So this segment is all about my person, my best friend, and my lover. As I mentioned in the intro, he's a cop, working 4 nights on and 4 days off. When he's home, my world pretty much revolves around him. Honestly, I have more fun with him than anyone else, even if we're just glued to the couch. He just gets me. He knows what I'm thinking often before I do, and always dishes out the best advice. He's a true Libra, and trust me, Libras are keepers. Opposite to this, do you find that your friends stress you out? I also notice that some of my friends don't open up, and it's obvious that they aren't as happy as they portray, and can also be feeling a bit jealous that I truly adore my life and my husband. I always wear my evil eye necklace when I'm around those friends, and I could also call them my frenemies. All right. Then there are those friends who seem to think you're a mind reader. They get mad, convinced you know exactly why, and even call you up to fight about it. It might be spontaneous, but I'm not a fighter. The last friend who did this thought I was a psychic, and I was furious. And I hadn't called her about a major surgery. I mean, who would have known? Things haven't been the same since, because I just can't stand being accused of something that literally only existed in her head. She actually called me just to yell, and I was completely dumbfounded, especially since that very same day I was driving another friend 2 hours away to get a breast implant fixed. So there I was, being a truly good friend to someone while another one was screaming at me. And she used to be a really good friend, so I do feel a little mourning there. Especially because her husband was really good friends with my husband. They just clicked. But one thing you have to know is that my husband is super loyal, and when I'm mad at someone, he takes it personal. And if I'm hurt, he doesn't have forgiveness. I remember one time my Palm Beach besties, my inner circle besties, went out for dinner and drinks with some acquaintances from their kids' school. And because I don't have young kids, they didn't invite me. Yes, they did not invite me. Funny, because I always invite them to any friend group celebration. That's not here nor there, but I will admit I was hurt. More so because my husband works nights as a cop, and 4 days straight, I'm home alone. Side note, I just want you guys to know right off the bat, I love to be alone too. I'm the kind of person that loves chaos, a real FOMO queen, but now I love quiet time with me, myself, and I. So getting back to the story, my husband asked me through the Ring, which is like a little camera that he can see through my living room. I know people think it's creepy. I've heard this over and over again, but I have nothing to hide. It makes me feel safe, and he's watching me. So he asked me, why do you look sad? I was like, I'm not sad. I'm pissed. I told him how they didn't invite me. Well, that's all he needed to know. His next night off, he took me out to a beautiful Argentinian dinner. And that weekend, a few couples were coming over to my house to have a bonfire on my private beach. And my husband made sure to bring up that topic on purpose by saying, so you guys went out to dinner and didn't invite my wife. That's fine, because she's got me and I took her out to a fancier dinner. That was childish, but I loved it. I love the way he fights for me. They quickly stroked his head and hugged him. They didn't know what to do, saying, we were wrong. Let me tell you what happened. It turns out that 2 of those mom friends that they invited and didn't invite me, all right, they went out to the bathroom and they made pretend that they were like getting ready or whatever, and they deserted them at the restaurant that then turned into a club. And the other 2 friends were so boring that they were like, I wish they would leave. So he laughed and came over to me and gave me a hug. I was actually glad that their mom night without me went to shit. Okay, so this whole thing has me wondering if I'm accidentally channeling my inner green-eyed monster, or if this is just my Capricorn sun screaming loyalty or bust. Because seriously, loyalty isn't just a Capricorn thing. It's a good human being thing, and it should absolutely be revered. So yeah, I felt pretty darn betrayed. Do you have those jealous friends that actually show that they are mad? Or here's a true story. I'm going to give you a story. I'm at a convention in Las Vegas, and there are a bunch of us at the bar, and one of my friends actually comes over, squeezes herself through, and tells the other friend next to me to move. Move over because she's very jealous if someone is too close to me. We all laughed, but I was startled by her actions. As time went by, I learned that she is just a super possessive person in all elements of her life, with her husband, with her kids. So I guess it was just her normality. But I do have my old friends from New York that I probably call every 4 months and see them 3 times a year, and we just pick up where we left off. It's like so easy peasy, right? I noticed that my friends here in Palm Beach like to talk on the phone and actually hear each other's voices. I mean, if I saw you yesterday, why would I want to talk to you today, especially via phone? At first, they were upset because they thought I was being mean. But now that they know me, that I'm a texter, it's like this. I talk to people all day long. You know, it's like I talk all day long. I'm tired of talking. Do you think I want to go home and talk on the phone? Absolutely not. Getting back to Jenny Allen's book, Find Your People, Allen states that you need to understand how conflict can strengthen relationships rather than destroy them. Well, that's obvious. Obviously, they constantly crack jokes that I don't call back, or I'm the worst communicator, that I took defensively because I pride myself in being a good communicator and want to talk things out. I hate holding things in because I don't want to carry any more burdens than I already have to. So one day I answered in the same tone as they spoke to me. It's that you guys have nothing better to do than talk like old ladies on the phone. I mean, I personally cook. They don't. So I sent an innuendo saying, well, you know, I have to cook a healthy meal for my husband rather than eating out by ordering pizza. I also said, and I go to the gym as a nightly ritual, whereas I keep myself fit while they tend to not make the way, you know, that they look a priority. I think I might have struck a nerve, and I was a little aggressive, and okay, I'll admit that passive aggressive is not a good thing, but it worked, okay? Now they text me, and I mean, don't poke the bear, people. Don't poke the bear. What it comes down to is not to toot my own horn, but I am that friend that when we go out, I make the night full of laughter and spontaneous fun. I mean, if I don't go out with one specific friend group, they don't have fun. I have had a reputation of being the life of the party and will continue to be happy and share my fun spirit with people who want my friendship. And that's it. So when is it a good time to just walk away and say goodbye to a friendship? I had to do this a couple of times in my life with 2 of my daughter's childhood friend moms. And these people, I love them. I really, truly, and I did mourn them. And, you know, the reason is simple. Their daughters weren't good for mine. I do believe that one rotten apple can rot all the other apples. I don't know if that even makes sense, but it makes sense to me. So guess what? You're not messing with my children. I always say this, you know, if it has to do with my kids, it's like very, very bad. I'm very possessive with my girls, you know, especially when I worked so hard to give my girls values and morals. Okay, so I'm leaving you here and know that I think friends are very important to have. The support you need in this adventure called life is very lonely if you don't have that. However, know how to choose your friends and ask yourself, what type of friend am I? And what type of friends do I need? All in all, it should just be easy friendships. This is Liv. Thanks for tuning into It Is What It Is, noise included. Smooches and sending lots of love and blessings.
There are days when we have our doubts, but drive on through. Don't give up the fight. It's a beautiful